Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'll be back around lunchtime, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Today we're going to carry on doing what we've been doing, but we're going to do it with a different text today. Instead of using a historical text, we're going to take a look at a scientific text and see if we can begin to really dig deep again and be able to explain the ideas in this text and really pull out the specific information that we're finding. So today you're going to continue analyzing that text. You're doing this so that you can continue to learn new information, and you're going to know you have it today because we're going to focus in on making sure that we've analyzed the words we do not know, and if we have time, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that main idea. All right, so instead of the text being pencil paper this time, we're going to do things a little bit different, and this time it's going to be in Launch Point. So you're going to want to search Newsela, and you're going to bring up Newsela. Before we can do anything and while we wait on this to load, you're going to want to go ahead and set up your journal. So I have my journal here. You're going to want to open up to nonfiction. And then you're going to want to find your next clean sheet. On my next clean sheet, I've divided it into 4 boxes, and this will be up on the board. It'll also be down underneath the video in Canvas, as well as there'll be a larger copy drawn up on the board. So there should be no reason why your journal's not set up correctly. As you can see, I've written my title, and this is going to help me. I put a 1 next to it because I know that once I've written my title, I need to just read the text. Then I'm going to have words here. Since I can't circle the words and write out what they mean on my paper, I'm going to need to do it here in my journal. I've got a section here. It says WIK. That's going to be for that background or schema. What do I already know? Down here I have main idea. And then I have a space for supporting details or those notes, those pictures that I may want to draw. All right, so now I have Newsela up and I have my journal labeled. Yours will have the assignments. It'll say my assignments right here. Please open that up. You're going to find in there a text called What Causes Windy Weather? So you're going to make sure that you want to click on this. And then you're going to see what causes windy weather, and it should bring up the text right away for you. So once you get into the text and you see this part, first I want you guys to look up here. Nobody should be at a level above 650, and somebody will be walking around to make sure that you're not here. Now if you start looking at this text and you feel like it's too hard or too challenging, go ahead and drop it down. 510 will make it a little less challenging, and then 350 will also help you. All right, so the very first step, and I'm going to work on this text at 800, the very first thing I'm going to do is just read the text. So, question, what causes windy weather? Answer, wind is just moving air, and air is a collection of different gases. It's mostly one type of gas called nitrogen. There are also a lot of other gases in air, though including oxygen, which we need to live. When air is under pressure, it starts to move. That causes wind. But what does under pressure mean? Imagine you're blowing up a balloon. As you blow more air into the balloon, the pressure builds inside. If the pressure gets too great, the balloon could pop because the air has nowhere to move. Air under pressure tries to escape. Just like the balloon, we don't like to be under pressure either. Think of when your brother or sister or cousin gives you a big hug. You feel pressure because you're getting squeezed. Sometimes that can be nice. But when the squeezing gets too much, the best way to get comfortable again is to break free and run. It's the same with air. When it's under pressure, it tries to escape and move away. When the air inside of a balloon is under pressure and you take your fingers off the neck part of it, the air rushes out. The air rushing out is wind. In the atmosphere, the same thing happens. When pressure builds up in one place, the air rushes to another place, where there is less pressure. What causes this pressure in the atmosphere? Okay, so I'm going to pause there. What I need you guys to know is that I would usually continue reading. So, because my goal, I know, is just to read the entire text. But for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and stop and come up to the top. Because I know that I need to focus on words that I'm not sure about the meaning of. So, as I read through, I do see that there's some vocabulary words. So that's wonderful because it's going to go ahead and give me some information if I need it. So it's going to tell me that pressure is what happens when there's something is being pushed on something else. So that might not be a word that I necessarily need to record in my journal, but as I continued through, I did see this word like nitrogen. So I'm going to go highlight that in bold, and I'm going to make it red. Now, I know that I need to write that in my journal. So I'm going to list nitrogen up here on this line right here. And then I'm going to attempt to figure out what nitrogen means. So to do that, I'm going to look all around. So wind is just moving air. Air is a collection of different gases. It's mostly one type of gas called nitrogen. Okay, so I know that nitrogen is a type of gas. And there must be a whole bunch of different types of gases because it goes on and it talks about oxygen. All right, so as I continue, again, I'm looking for words that I may not understand or I need to know more information about. So think of when your brother or sister or cousins, you're getting squeezed under pressure. Again, all just talking about picture. Pressure, I do see a text feature there. All right, I had paused, but I'm going to go ahead and highlight this word because I see surface. As the sun heats up the surface of the earth, some areas get warmer and others stay cooler. The sun heats up the surface of the earth. Well, that must mean like the top layer of the earth. So I'm going to go ahead and write surface in my journal and write top layer. So I would continue through the text highlighting words that I do not understand in red and then defining them in my journal. Even if I get to a vocabulary word that I'm not sure about, I'm going to make sure that I click on that and I check out what that power word might mean. All right, so the final step for today is once I've gone through my text, read it through, made sure that I've understand any words or tried to figure out any words that I may not understand, is to determine that main idea. All right, and so we've practiced that, and today I kind of want to see what you guys do with that. So in your journal, you're going to write the main idea and also anything that you may know about weather or the wind and what causes wind. So you should, by the end of today, have 3 sections in your journal filled out. If you do not know anything about wind, the section number 3 would be the only one you wouldn't fill out. So today, your job was to analyze a text. You did this so you can learn new information. You're going to know you have it today because you will have analyzed the words in your text. You will have written down information that you already know about windy weather. And if you don't know anything, then skip that. And you'll have completed the main idea for your text.